Lunchbox is brought to you by Gilbert's 17th Street Grill in Fort Lauderdale.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim flam sauce with the awesome bay with shafafa on the side.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. We're on the road again. It is Thursday. It is exactly 1 week from Thanksgiving, and one of the things I'm most grateful for is being back here at Gilbert's 17th Street Grill in Fort Lauderdale with the inimitable Lenoire Gilbert. She keeps me honest, but look, we haven't been here. We've had a little break, and she's making up for lost time. She sent out the entire menu. She must have seen my blood work from my cardiologist.
Was it better?
Yeah, my
Well, good,
cholesterol levels have
you took
dived.
The summer off eating.
Yeah, and now I can
Good
reward
time.
myself with a burger. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm really all right.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad we're back to doing this again, but it was nice over the summer. There was one less thing I
Not
had to
see
worry
me
about.
every month
No,
stuffing
I
my
see
face.
you anyway.
Oh,
It doesn't
that's
matter.
right.
No.
Jeff Defo DeForest, how are you today, my friend?
Always excited to come here to Gilbert's. As soon as I got the word from Lubie, this was the destination today. I started thinking about
Yeah.
the lovely Lenoire. And obviously, when you sent the email about us coming, you mentioned that there were another 10 people on the show that
So
would
we
have to be
added to
fed
our crew.
because it's overwhelming what this young lady has done for us.
She's the quintessential Jewish mother. Eat,
Oh,
right?
You started right out with the soup, too. Right out with
Well,
the soup.
that was for him.
Yeah.
You wanted the soup.
Well, again, the meteorologists who keep saying a cold front is coming, and it felt a little cooler,
Yeah.
This is a-
72
this
or
is
70.
a cold front by
Right.
you.
But in
Freezing
anticipation,
outside. Freezing.
again, my smartphone says that tonight it'll actually dip down to the 50s,
Oh, my
57
God.
as the low, and I figure
What are we going to
what
do?
better time to prepare
Oh, that's good.
Oh, yeah, you needed
Then
one
with
more
some
dish.
soup.
Way to go, kid.
So we've got the mushroom barley soup, one of the
Right.
many soups they have on hand.
Yeah. But there's one gentleman here. He makes all the soups. I think we make 14
Oh,
different
wow.
soups.
Yeah,
Wow.
And he makes whatever. We only can keep 4 hot at a time. And
nice.
so what happened was he
You have 4
makes
soups
whatever,
of the day. Yeah.
4 soups of the day. And he makes whatever he feels like. Only like once in a while, if somebody comes in or like a regular customer and say, "Gee, I haven't seen the corn chowder," or "Where is the minestrone?"
Well,
and then
when-
I'll tell Gene the next morning. I'll say, "Gene, so and so was in there looking for the corn chowder." 2 days later, it shows up.
Oh, nice.
I'm a big believer. If it ain't broke,
Yeah.
don't fix it. He does a great
You
job.
have your
Beautiful.
rotation, you have your regulars, and
Yeah.
when the temperature dips and it actually gets to be like feeling like winter, I always love, I don't know if what you would have gone with. I love mushroom barley. That's what I got. They have lentil, they have white bean and spinach. They
Yeah,
had
he made chicken noodle today
chicken
That,
too.
noodle.
that corn chowder would have gotten my attention.
That's you're the
for sure.
corn
I
man.
love
yeah,
it. Yeah.
I know.
Meanwhile, Defa, I was a little concerned because you kind of knocked off the air on your morning
Oh,
sports
wow. That
show.
was a fiasco.
And I thought you might have just, bought it because we never saw you come back, and all we heard was like a crash of things. And
What did you
what
do?
exactly happened?
Well, I have a little setup, and there are a couple of lights on a stand, and then there's a camera on a tripod. So my little dog, one of my 2 dogs, loves to sleep in a little bed right by this setup that I have.
All
So
right.
when I go upstairs to do the shows I do in the morning, she comes up with me, and she lays down in this thing. Something startled her. She gets up all of a sudden, knocks over one of my lights,
Oh.
and a chain reaction, like a Rube Goldberg thing, where
The contraption
the
started
light,
falling
the
all
light
over each other.
knocks into the camera tripod, which then falls surprisingly because it's pretty heavy compared to the light stand. And then that knocks off a third light. All of the wiring that's plugged in takes my computer and throws it on the floor. And
Whoa.
it was total chaos. I may as well have been in like Hurricane Helene or something.
He left Lubie stranded. Thankfully, you had your Dolphins expert, Chris
I
Perkins.
was
came on.
surprised
Yeah.
anything was working after that. I really
Well,
was.
I got concerned because I heard an ouch or something like that. I thought you got knocked in the
I
head.
didn't
No,
hear that.
it was
I
an
heard
O.
an
It
F-bomb.
rhymes with
I heard
zit.
an
Yeah,
F-bomb.
I couldn't believe it. I'm looking, going, what the bleep happened here? And I'm watching everything crashing. And I was thinking, well, geez, I have another money-making enterprise around the corner here. Am I going to be able to get this stuff up and running?
Well.
And I was able to sort of stabilize the situation a little bit, and now it's resolved. Although
And he was still on the air.
No,
did
he
a
we
show.
were
got
still on the
knocked
show.
off.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, we were
really?
still on the
He
show.
got,
I did an interview with
they
one
do
of
a
our
show
dear
at
reporter
home,
friends.
from their home studios, and luckily that he had a guest coming on, so he was able to kind of fill the gap. And,
Yeah, we did an
and
interview with
hopefully
him.
you'll get everything sorted out for tomorrow.
It's working. I have another show this afternoon.
That's
so,
good. By the way, I just
I
did
need to
catch
get that rolling. Yeah.
your Conversations show. That's, I guess, new with Armin Kantayan. Very interesting
Kantayan's
hour.
awesome. Yeah, wow.
And the guy has written all these best-selling books and correspondent on 60 Minutes.
Is
Very good hour.
I mean, that was very much Mayo-esque because what was fascinating to me is the amount of research and work that some of these guys do
Oh, they're
to
meticulous.
just put one piece out or to get one element for one story. He was telling
he
a lot
wrote
of
a major
detail about how he had to pursue Tiger Woods and all of this different stuff.
No, it was good. And where do people find that again? That's on
That's
the
Bleacher Brothers Network.
and that's bleacherbrothers.com.
Just Bleacher Brothers. You can Google that, and they have a lot of different shows on there. A lot of
he's
stuff.
starting to do
Nice.
some one-on-one interview podcasts.
It's
And
going to be hard for you to get him on here.
you know,
He's
No,
getting
no,
really
this is a
busy.
breeze. What do I do? I come
Oh,
here,
you
I
eat.
eat, watch
You
Mayo
eat.
stuff his face.
throw a couple of burgers out. He'll be
couple
here,
of cracks,
believe
you
me.
know. What's good about coming down here is Lenore takes my rule of busting your chops the
That's
entire
right,
time.
sorry.
It's great. Yeah.
We work as
No,
partners.
I like it.
It's all right.
It's great to have
No,
somebody
it's all
We
come
got
in.
to keep him alive.
Meanwhile, okay, for those who don't know or never been, it's in the Cordova shops, which is just south of 17th Street and Cordova Road. There's a
Packed down
Publix,
here, by the way. Packed.
and it's one of these shopping centers that is always lively. There's a Publix here. There's a Total Wine. I mean, and
Total Wino.
well, that's what I am. I'm Total Wino.
Total wino, yeah.
Yeah,
you
it's,
look at me.
But
No, it's a great location.
at the corner here, you have Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. It's open every day but Sunday.
Right.
Family-run shop, so friendly, and the best burgers in town, in my humble
No, the burgers
expert
are really good.
estimation.
I mean, but there's a lot of other good things to eat
As
here,
voted by
but-
the people.
As well, now,
Yeah.
what do we have in front of us here?
Okay. Oh, wow. We
Ah,
have
gosh. Wow.
This
we
is-
have the maple bacon jam
That
burger.
looks so good.
The
That's my
chef
jam.
made it a couple of years ago, but it takes him a long time to get the maple bacon
You
jam
gotta
to
reduce
cook down.
that, yeah.
Right. So he had a big pot
Listen
on
to you
his,
with the
and we
terminology.
didn't even ask him
Yeah.
to make it. I felt like doing it one day, and all of a sudden we put it up on the board, and now it sells out all the time. This is one of my favorite burgers. This is a chimichurri burger. The chef makes that Argentinian green steak sauce. On the burger, he puts pepper jack cheese on it, not ghost pepper jack.
Right.
And then he thinly slices grilled red onions.
That looks.
puts
Those
some-
onions look beautiful.
They really are
Fantastic,
nice.
yeah.
Sometimes I like them when they get a little more caramelized, but then he puts the sauce on top of it. So it's not a very
sauce.
fancy looking burger, but it tastes so good.
Now I know Defo's a big fan of grilled onions. His ultimate burger is cheeseburger with pickles and onions. Is that correct?
Pickles and grilled onions, and then ketchup, and that's it.
And
That's
ketchup.
all I
These are the
need.
things I've learned after doing the show with you for 3 straight years.
There's nothing like it, because I was sort of weaned on the onion thing by the Onion Man at Aqueduct,
Onions.
who I don't know if you remember that guy, but that was all he ever said. There was a guy, he was always hunched over, and as you were leaving the racetrack, which was kind of a degenerate, decrapit, rundown place anyway,
oh,
and he was
the
selling
Aqueduct
burgers.
wasn't that bad.
Oh, back in the
You-
day,
well,
it was
I'm
pretty
old.
bad.
Yeah.
It was
You
better
were
than
there
the
when
OTB parlor.
Angel
Okay,
Cordero
fine.
was a rookie in the
Right.
jockey colony back then. But no, it was never an illustrious place. I mean, it was
Right.
in Queens, but
yeah,
and did you
it
ever
wasn't
run
like
in?
Belmont.
Did you ever run into the Onion Man? Because
No, I don't even know what
think he
you're
was
talking
at Belmont
about.
too.
But I bet your
It was
late
an onion-
husband
my
did.
husband did.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, he was
More
selling,
times than
selling
not,
burgers. He
yeah.
had grilled burgers. They were really good. I mean, they weren't quite Gilbert's, but it would have been the New York version of Gilbert's.
Well,
Maybe.
here's the thing,
And then
Defo.
all he ever said was, as you were buying a burger or whatever passed by, he would go, "Onion,
Oh,
onion." That's all he ever said. Onion.
Well, here's the
And
thing.
you wanted the onions because he
Every
did a good
time-
They were
job.
good.
Yeah, very good.
Almost every time I left Aqueduct, I didn't have enough in my pocket to even buy a burger.
You had to save
Maybe
your
a
money. Yeah.
pretzel. Maybe a pretzel. And was that the old trick? You would stuff a 5 in your back pocket.
You had to
and
have
Yeah,
that.
do
just
not touch.
The
Right.
burger was like $3 though back then, so
Yeah,
it
so
wasn't
the
bad.
five,
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
Would have got you there. Meanwhile,
okay.
we got
But
two
these onions
burgers,
look
two
spectacular.
specialty
Yeah.
burgers.
Burgers.
We've
Okay.
got the
This
grilled
is a
pork.
roast.
I mean, the
this is roast pork on
sandwich.
garlic bread.
That's you,
Yes,
isn't
this
it,
is
Mayo?
something I always
That's all you.
discuss on the Let's Eat group. I'm going to pick up a half, and you just describe
look
what's
at it.
on
It's
there.
all
Just
falling out.
It's a garlic bread hoagie roll, and they make roast pork. They roast the whole pork loin, and they put some
Looks
sauce on
good.
it, and we get a Chinese rub from Hawaii
Right.
that makes it
Gives
pink
it the
on the
red,
outside,
pink
that
edges.
pink
I
edges.
don't know about
And then
this
we
right
serve
now.
it with
Are you
sweet
gonna
duck
do it?
sauce and hot Chinese mustard.
Yeah.
Are you
know,
recommending it? He does
Do
a big
you
bite
want
on it?
Do you want they have the
They have the duck
ducks- I
sauce.
can-
You know, me, I'm kind of staying away from the sweets. You know
Stop
what?
already with the help.
Enough.
Yeah.
You
He's
got to
staying
do a
away
little
from the sweets.
no, it's made for the sandwich. You might as well
very
put it in.
little
And they
bit
have
of
the hot
duck
mustard,
sauce,
too.
and I love the fact that now you're putting the Chinese hot
Yeah,
mustard
you didn't have that
out.
before. That's a nice.
Because I
touch.
used to
Wow,
have.
look at
Wait,
that.
Sometimes I would ask
we
you,
had to
and
ask
you
for
had
it.
it hidden in the back.
That's a nice
Right,
touch.
okay,
Sometimes
but
I would
you
bring my
notice I
own.
brought it out
Yeah,
to
that's
you
great.
You
today.
spread that on pretty thick there, man.
I
too,
love
so
the hot Chinese mustard.
Your,
I love
your,
this
your
sandwich.
nasal cavities will
I'm
be
gonna
cleansed.
restrain myself. So we got the roast pork, the two burgers,
Right.
the grilled salmon.
Salmon.
Uh,
The southern fried
No,
chicken
no,
sandwich.
no one's made a move for the salmon yet. by the way.
Sam-
shocked.
Salmon looks
Yeah.
nice. We
And
have
the
it. I enjoy
steak.
it.
The steak
That's a
is
statement.
that's the
Oh,
steak.
that looks great. That looks
Churrasco-
great. I might
churrasco.
take a bite of that.
I'm gonna go in for
Go
a
ahead.
little bite of the grilled salmon in a nod
Salmon here is always
to
good.
health considerations. And
We get the whole fish here. The chef fillets it himself. That's how fresh it is.
very
And
nicely
that's
done
steak. That's
Oh,
skirt
this
steak.
looks great. Yeah.
with
That's-
also a chimichurri on the side,
Yes.
and that is they call it a churrasco or like
That's a
it's just skirt.
churrasco.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what Wellington said. It's a churrasco.
and of course you
I don't
guys,
even know what that means.
the Gilbert family.
Skirt steak.
Oh, is that
Argentinian.
Yeah, Argentinian
skirt
style.
steak.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's what
It
happens
happens
when
to
you
be
marry a.
I mean, I'm from
Latino.
South Florida. I knew
Yeah.
that well before I met my wife.
Okay.
But again, for those who don't know,
Right.
the Gilbert family, your background is you had a steakhouse at one point.
Down here we had a steakhouse, but my husband was a very big caterer in New York
Right.
for a very long time.
Upstate,
So-
it was like near Sullivan or
Westchester, Rockland County.
Okay.
And it was very large, very successful, great business. He was very popular. It was I loved living up there. It was really nice, and I really wasn't too thrilled about moving to Florida. But he said to me, "We're going to Florida," and I said, "Oh, okay."
Did you get used to it?
It's much better now.
Okay.
I like it a lot. I like it a lot.
That
And I've
was a-
seen what happened to my old neighborhood where I raised my children. It's changed
Okay.
a lot.
Okay.
So
But now,
I'm
you know-
glad I'm here.
It's like any other big metro area. You move around things, you know,
Yeah.
like, gosh, New York, Brooklyn. I can't, I don't even recognize half the places where I grew up going.
Yeah,
Neither
it
does,
changes.
Defo.
Yeah.
No, and now it's like I can't even afford to
Well, they
having
gentrified the
a,
heck out of it.
a drink
Yeah.
at some of these neighborhoods.
Steak is very flavorful.
steak is
you really should
really-
try that, Mike Mayo.
I'm
I
going to
think
be
you're going to
getting
love it.
bites of everything. I'm just trying to restrain myself.
Okay, eat slowly.
And-
That's
uh,
not the purpose of
I'm
this show, for
just
you to show restraint.
happy. It's so good to be back in here.
Right.
Lenore, she
Wow.
keeps me honest.
Okay.
Do you want to give anybody an assessment of how I look? Or
You look fine.
this
You could
outfit,
stand to look
this
a little
outfit
bit.
is the only one that makes me look somewhat reasonably, not completely morbidly
It's
obese.
good that you wear it every day. I mean,
Well, this shirt is in heavy
It's a-
rotation. I bought some new shirts, and they make me look
Really?
extra large.
no, I think
They
you look
make
good.
you look, or
No,
you
no.
are
I
looking.
mean,
Well, because they are actually XXL shirts, which is just
Oh, you
the
went double X.
ultimate
Wow.
white
Oh,
flag
come on.
of defeat of life.
Surrender.
That's
Yeah.
when you say nurse.
And like some of these, the XLs, they used
I
to.
like those shirts you bought.
Yeah,
I think you look nice in them.
Val,
Well,
I-
this looks is a nice looking
This is a
shirt.
nice looking shirt. Val got me this during the Panthers playoff
Yeah.
run,
Oh, nice.
and it's just really comfortable. I like a good.
Well, it's good
shirt.
fabric.
Yeah, good.
So
fabric.
that's nice.
Can't
Okay.
beat good fabric. And then Defoe's got he
Hmm.
Yeah,
has his
this
rotation.
is
of
old
shirts.
school. Yeah.
This is
Okay.
what happens. Former radio guys, you could wear the same thing every day for 100 days running.
It's
and
not like
nobody
you
would
had.
know.
You didn't have to dress for radio. That's for sure. So I have
Yeah,
like
but this
I
you have to dress for.
a couple
You
of
can't do this in your pajamas.
couple
No,
of couple
no.
of shirts with a collar, and that's it. So they're in the rotation.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, this is it. How have things been going here? You
Not
were having-
bad.
Yeah,
Not bad. The
I mean-
summer wasn't bad. I mean,
Okay.
the cruise ships are back. God bless the cruise
Nice.
ships.
Right.
And then there are more people living here. Everybody wants to live here. I mean,
Good
I've
because
got great customers.
I had a house that I just sold, and I want more people to come. And
Okay, did you have trouble selling the house?
No, I
Oh.
did an off-market sale, thank God, and I was able to get out
Good.
relatively quickly. And
Okay.
and it was a blessing because
Yeah.
now I'm up near you,
Right.
and up here in Fort Lauderdale is very nice. So many different
Right.
places around, and
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to getting back in here. And again, the last couple of times I've been in here, you could ask Wellington.
Yes.
I had the sliced ahi tuna with the Asian slaw. I
Right,
think
that
that's
was
on
good.
the lighter
still on the-
side, right?
Yes, that's good.
And you got a whole arrangement of salads and all
Yes. Salads are really good here
that. Let's
too.
talk about
Most of the salad dressings here are all homemade, except for the oil and vinegar.
Corwin
Everything else
does
is
a
made.
fantastic
He
job.
does.
Of course,
He
that's
really
Beth's
does.
husband.
And my
so,
son-in-law.
yeah. Oh, that too.
Hello.
There you go.
You always got
Sorry.
to smack him around.
I'm
It's
sorry.
so good.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, he
So
disappeared.
you made it through the summer. I know for some it's challenging, but you guys, because this is like a touristy strip, and you're
Yeah.
in between
Oh,
the airport
wow.
and the port,
Right.
and cruise ships are going all year long
Right.
now. So I think your reputation. You talk about this, that how you have people that make annual excursions here when
Yes.
they're coming on
Yeah.
annual cruises,
Right, and then they come back.
Yeah.
And a lot of people cruise a lot. I only thought it was like, once a year or once every other year. These people go on cruises one right after another. I mean, it must be fantastic.
Here's a fun fact.
I've never been on a boat.
You
Oh,
okay?
never.
Me and you
Never.
share
Oh, wow.
something in common.
What?
I've lived down here 35 years. I've never been on a cruise. I've been
Oh,
on a
fun.
okay, unless you count the Sun Cruise gambling
No,
junket,
that
that would
doesn't count. No.
go out for 3 hours.
No.
But I've never
Okay.
been on a ship where I had like a cabin where I slept overnight.
Really?
Yeah. So
I
me
have
and you
no,
are. the
I have
same.
no desire. I'm not that friendly. I don't
What's-
belong with 3,000 people. It's too many
Me and you are
people.
the same. It's
I-
it's not just
They're
the
fun.
crowds.
It's just a lot.
It's
yeah.
just I already live at a place where there's the beach and the sun. Why
Right.
do I need to go around as a captive audience on a basically it's a floating petri dish. All those
No, it's
those
not.
bacteria-
It's not. They
no,
don't
everybody
get
I know
sick.
who's gone on a
Cruises
cruise,
are
Get sick?
they get the norovirus, where you end up.
Who do you
What
know?
is this?
I've been on like
I
a 20
had
cruises.
a
I never
meeting
had
scheduled
anything
down the
wrong.
street here for a potential sponsorship from Celebrity Cruise Lines. I don't know. You want to keep this going?
No, I didn't.
Bad
I didn't
move.
know that. Was it for the lunchbox?
For the lunchbox, of course.
Oh,
yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
in that
why
case.
else?
We love cruises.
I'm
The floating
to be
petri
able
dish.
The norovirus.
to experience
Yes.
the.
It's like trying to confirm Matt
Mayo.
Gates. This is
You're
unbelievable.
something,
Oh,
Mayo.
thank you.
Mayo's something.
Well, my daughter has gone on cruises with her mom.
Yeah,
I just
nice.
have never had any interest. But you know what? The only one would be like to go through the fjords of Norway or Alaska, like go from
Yeah, that's-
British
I wanna do
Columbia
Alaska.
up to Alaska.
It's a nice thing. People really love it.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're fun.
especially these farmers from the Midwest. They come out there and
Stop
they have,
it.
no, they,
Excuse
But,
me.
I-
They
I
go
would-
on really nice trips.
I've been
And they
on.
spend a lot of money.
I've been on many cruises because I used to do a deal with the Norwegian Cruise Lines and MC a bunch of stuff they had going. So they would provide you with the free cruise.
Yeah, but you didn't stay on the concierge level.
Well, it's not necessarily something that I absolutely love, but I could see where people do.
Yeah.
And I'm more the type that would rather just fly to St. Thomas and be there for
Right.
the week.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
But when you did
But
these
but it's fine. I mean, it's a good
Yeah.
experience for a lot of people, and most people I could see why they enjoy it.
When you did the gigs for the cruise, was it in your rider that you had to have a New York Post delivered every day? And
Oh.
did it have to be a
It would be-
executive suite? Or,
They would be about as reliable with the delivery while you were at sea as they are lately at
Yeah.
my house.
It's been a tough times for the
Yeah.
news industry. Hey, I think we're going to take our first break. We'll come and we'll talk about the
You
holiday
haven't even
schedule
mentioned
here.
this fried
Well,
chicken.
the fried
thing. My
chicken.
God.
Yeah, what is
Yeah.
it? It's
That's a southern fried chicken breast,
Boy,
and that has a
slaw.
spicy slaw.
that had no.
Looks
It's not
great. Wow.
spicy. It goes great with southern fried chicken. There's
Nice.
something about it. It's a pink dressing
Wow.
that's on there,
That's great.
and it happens to go so
I'm
well.
gonna get a knife.
You have to, yeah. You should cut.
You
even
might have
even
to
if you
float
don't
yourself
eat it
a
as a
bite there,
sandwich, if you just slice the chicken and take some of the slaw and eat it together,
It's a
it
knife
works.
and fork item. Yeah. You
Yeah,
just
it
kind of.
And
really-
what was the verdict on the pork sandwich?
I didn't
He
take
didn't
a bite
bite
yet.
it. Yeah, I
I've been
thought you
so
didn't bite it.
restrained.
He's just looking at
Well,
it.
because
He's too
I've
busy
been told
talking.
that it's every time I try to eat and talk at the same time, the results are usually not good. But
Okay.
and
But it's
now
a-
after 3 years, what's
It's a
stopping
feature
me?
of the
Oh, you might
show.
as well start
All
right
of a
now.
sudden,
Yeah.
you're going to change.
Everybody
All right.
likes to watch you
Yeah,
eat.
wait, clear the microphone
I don't
out
know if
there.
they
I'm
like
not
it.
going to do
They're
a
in
big
awe.
bite.
You really
I
need
don't know
to.
if it's
Yeah,
like-
come on.
No big bite. I'm just taking a nice.
We need the people
Okay, a little bite.
Yeah, here we
A
go.
little bite.
That's
It'll be
it.
fine.
Look at that.
Yeah.
As if you just got a carved sandwich at Santa Anita's Clubhouse. Unbelievable.
The
There's,
roast
there's
pork is
only
really,
one word to describe this:
Yeah.
succulent. It's
It's
succulent.
good.
It's a
Succulent.
succulent.
I thought you
pork
were going to go
Yeah.
sensational. I really did.
Yeah. It's a great sandwich.
I love it.
After we come back, you want to try the bacon.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving what?
You guys are closed,
Yes, of course.
but I am obligated to tell our audience
Oh.
about some of the options out there
Go ahead.
with some of our great sponsors. Number one, if do you do it yourself or do you pick up something, grab and go?
Excuse me?
For Thanksgiving.
For Thanksgiving?
Yes, you
I'm
make
already
every-
cooking and baking
She's
Well,
making
that's why
already.
he's asking. Yeah,
The
we
chef is
presume.
already doing stuff
So what do you guys do for Thanksgiving?
a lot.
Family.
We like to cook. We
Well,
like to cook.
Okay, so you do still.
I don't
Cook
know
at
where
home.
you get
I
your
don't know.
birds.
Oh,
If
yeah.
it's from your
I just cook
normal.
at home. Sometimes I don't feel like making a mess at home. I'll cook here and then bring it home.
Well,
Yeah,
for
well,
those who
whatever.
prepare their own meals, I always say that I've been getting my birds that I don't cook personally, but I have people in my life that still do the cooking.
Oh, okay.
Fortunately, I got 2 of them, and both of them have been going to Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market in Hollywood for decades.
Okay.
So, and that's one option. And
Yeah.
you give them a call and you order up the size
Is
of the
it
bird that
too
you
late
want.
now?
No.
No.
I
No,
think-
well, they get backed up.
We're
so I'm
1
just
week
curious.
out.
Yeah.
Oh,
But they will always take an order at
Okay.
Delaware, and if I think when you get
Is
into
Wednesday? Like, what's the
Tuesday,
okay,
it
Tuesday's
might
like-
be a little bit full up. But they have trucks coming, really
Dropping off-
semi-tractor trailer
right.
trucks coming in fresh from the farm in Pennsylvania, where they
Yeah.
get their birds. So that's option number 1, Delaware in Hollywood. Number 2 is our friends at Batch New Southern Kitchen. If you want to do a grab-and-go fried turkey dinner, complete meal with fixings for 8 to 10 people.
right.
You could order that. You pick it up on Thanksgiving morning
Oh, that's
or in
great.
the afternoon. Like from
That's
11
good.
to 3 is their
Right.
window for pickup. So you can
Right.
bring it right
You go
home.
right to the place.
And you don't have to do any of the prep or cooking and
That's
just open
wonderful.
up, put it on plates, serve it to your friends and family. Boom.
Nice.
And then they're also open for regular dinner service starting
Before
at
on.
4 p.m. where they're going to have a Thanksgiving entree. So
Oh,
that's
nice.
option number 2. And then we've got all other people like our friends at
Prezzo will be open.
Prezzo and Boca Raton is going to be open, and yeah, it's just I always say family, friends at home with football,
right.
and
Yes.
1 week away. So
Okay.
make sure you make your plans today and consider some of those options from our fine Lunchbox sponsors. Meanwhile, come on out here for lunch right now because
Oh, what a spot.
it smells good. I'm restraining myself. I will start taking bites during the break.
Right.
And we'll
Like-
be back with
yes,
more
sneak
with
the
Lenore.
food.
And then we'll talk more about holiday baking and pies
Right.
and all the other holiday schedules here at Gilbert 17th Street
Oh.
after these words.
Is it time to sell your business? You've poured your heart and soul into your restaurant or business, and you want to see it continue the legacy you have built. Transworld can help. Call me, Andy Cagnetta, at Transworld Business Advisors right now and see if it's time for you to retire and relax. Iconic brands like the Mai Kai, Mulligan's, Carlos and Pepe's, Mangoes, and many more turn to Transworld to help sell. Contact Transworld on Facebook or call 954-772-1122 or visit tworld.com. Again, that's 954-772-1122 or tworld.com.
When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks. They're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 and the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Best restaurants in South Florida? Casa D'Angelo is always at the top of my list. First-class dining, top-flight service, elegant atmosphere, and chef-founder Angelo Ilia is legendary. The flagship in Fort Lauderdale has been serving the finest Italian cuisine since 1997, with other locations in Boca Raton and Aventura. As Angelo himself says, they have an unwavering commitment to unparalleled quality with meticulous attention to details. It's so good with house-made pastas, pristine seafood, unique meats like elk chops and bison, and seasonal specialties including fragrant fresh truffles from Italy. All locations open 7 days for dinner. Reservations recommended for a special occasion or any occasion. Casa de Angelo. Tell them Mike Mayo sent you. Delicious Mexican food with innovative twists. Margaritas with a medley of tongue-tingling flavors. I'm talking about Taco Craft, Taqueria, and Tequila Bar. The place to go on Taco Tuesday and every day. It's located at 510 North Federal and Highway in Fort Lauderdale, and also in Lauderdale by the Sea at Plantation Walk, and soon in Coral Springs. Taco Craft has specials every day, including bottomless drinks for a Sunday brunch, and Taco Tuesdays with their $4 premium tacos, including their new burrito tacos with bone marrow broth. Oh, it's so good. They've even made a taco lover out of me, and they've got so much more, including fajitas, that open-faced smashed cheeseburger tortilla that's new, and a guacamole sample that's an explosion of flavors. The kitchen is open late. There's delivery and takeout. For more information, go to tacocraft.com. Tell them Mike Mayo, the Lunchbox, sent you. Hey, it's Mayo for Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me, I love family-run places with quality food at fair prices served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. Open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and be happy. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. All right. We're back at Gilbert's 17th Street
I didn't realize
Grill,
how much I missed this place.
home of great burgers. It's been a few months. It's great catching up with Lenore. She's going to be back in a second. Meanwhile, breaking news. I know we usually don't talk politics, but just before we came on there,
talking politics.
we
Mike. Come on.
found out that one Matt Gaetz has withdrawn his nomination to be Attorney General. That's the good news for some people.
Very noble of him.
The bad news, as I was explaining during the break, is that probably by 5 p.m. today, Trump will announce that he's nominating Rudolph Giuliani to be the next Attorney General. But all right, that's it. Lenora's back. Enough of my lame attempts at humor, which is where truth is stranger than fiction these days. No, you said something great. And I was waiting for you to come back because I'm going to sing the praises of these burgers that I just took bites of.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell a little story.
Okay.
You love story time, right?
Go ahead. Story time.
First of all, this onion jam burger cooked
Fantastic.
perfectly.
Maple
onion,
bacon
onion
jam.
Excuse me.
That is great.
He took a
That
bite.
is great.
I
Really
even gave
good?
Lubie
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
bite. This is, when people say things are cooked perfectly, it's like, well, what's perfect to you? To me, cooked perfectly is this.
This is
where
perfect.
you get,
That's
it's like
perfect.
Good burger.
medium rare,
Good.
juicy,
Perfect.
kind of pink
Yep.
center, but with some nice caramelization on the edges.
Right.
The maple bacon onion jam is so good,
It's a
and it
good burger.
reduces, you can tell it's like been simmering
A long time.
with love for hours and hours, and this slathered on the top of that burger. It doesn't need anything else. It's like, it's a good burger when you're not reaching for the ketchup or the mayo or anything
Oh, that
like that.
doesn't. you
Ketchup
can't-
is good
This I am nominating
Yeah.
now
too. Yeah.
for the best burger that I've eaten in Broward this year.
Really?
Okay.
Wow. I'm so
And-
glad he brought
and
it back.
There's going to be a contrast.
Go ahead. Too.
I went to a place for the first time this past weekend, and I'm not going to name names. All I know is that it's an Argentine kind of burger restaurant that's now expanding throughout, I guess, Florida and maybe some other places.
Okay.
and-
So that's Argentinian meat.
I guess they're using Argentinian meat. I don't know if it's
Oh, all right.
grass-fed or what. But here's the thing. It's not so humble brag. When you go in, their marketing and advertising is based on, they call themselves the best burger in the world.
Oh, God.
And it's
Okay.
in neon, on a neon
Oh,
sign
yeah.
Okay.
at the front of the restaurant. There's one in Wynwood now. There was one in Miami, and now there's one up on Oakland Park Boulevard. Went in there with Val over the weekend because it's like, I want to check out the best burger in the world. I've
Right.
had a lot of really good burgers here.
Right.
The one thing I hate as a restaurant, as a critic or as a customer, I hate when
Right.
people overpromise
Right. And
then
under-deliver.
right? Just be
Got it.
humble, right?
Yeah.
And it's fine to put up the awards that you've won from others that others have given
Right.
to you, but don't declare yourself the best burger
Well,
in the
I
world.
don't.
No,
we
you guys
don't
don't know.
advertise.
No,
I don't even advertise.
No,
you guys have been
but
called
I'm
one of the best
admonishing
burgers.
this
Yes.
place.
Yeah.
I go in, we get these burgers. It's one of these self-serve. You got to go up, you order the menu board. There's like 18 different types of
okay.
burgers.
Right.
Some of them are smash burgers. Some of them said 7 ounces. I thought it wasn't going to be a smash burger. I ordered the one that was a 7-ounce Wisconsin burger that had onions and cheese. And all I know is I ordered it meat. I said, can I get it medium rare? They said, sure.
Right.
And then, you wait, the buzzer goes off, you go get it. And it was completely cooked all the way through. The manager came by. I said, how's the burger? I said, well, I ordered it medium rare. What does this look like? And he just kind of shrugged.
Oh, really?
Oh, really? That's
yeah.
all he did?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
all right.
and then, I said, not only, and the meat itself was it had some gristle, big chunks, not like little things.
In a
like
burger?
Chunks of gristle. It was like a very
And
rough,
they said that this was the best
rough
burger?
hewn cut.
You
And I
kidding?
don't
I
mean
thought
to
it was
trash.
the best burger in the third world.
No. No, and that's
They
why
left
Sorry,
out
I
a number.
shouldn't
Yeah.
the onion rings
Oh.
were okay. The fries were but I walked out saying this is not only not the best burger in the world, it's not even the best burger in the zip code.
In the
and
shopping
it's like,
center, yeah.
Really?
and I just it turns
Oh,
me
okay.
off when people
say that.
say
Yeah.
that, and as opposed to you guys comport yourselves
humble.
humbly,
Yeah. Well,
and you deliver the goods.
well, that's more important as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Delivering the goods is very important.
And
And if people order a burger rare or medium rare or well done, it still should be cooked that way.
Yeah.
There's
And-
no reason to make a mistake. And these guys are really good at what they do. I must say that. They've been here a long time.
oh yeah,
So,
and they're perfectionists, and I love
yeah.
the beef blend that you use. You use the certified Angus beef,
This is black Angus beef.
black Angus.
The boxers are black when they come in.
Okay,
And the meat is delivered here fresh. It's not frozen.
okay,
So it's not it's not frozen.
it's quality stuff.
Yeah, they cut it, they weigh it, and they grill it.
Yep.
Joe's standing all the way in the back all the time, putting burgers together, laying them out on trays, paper between them, and then they bring them out, and then they start cooking them, and that's it.
And
The only thing we don't have today, we didn't do any ribs.
that's okay.
That's just saying. I was just saying.
I think we did enough of the
Okay.
animal kingdom.
All right. How did you like the Southern fried chicken?
I haven't gotten there
Oh,
yet.
you didn't?
I
Oh,
will
I'm
try it
sorry.
in
This
Defo
burger
I
is
Fry.
so
tried it.
good.
Fantastic.
Okay. Oh,
Fantastic.
and nobody ate the chimichurri
We're
burger.
gonna get there.
Oh,
I mean,
all
I
right.
just
Well,
love
we're
this so
filling up.
much.
We're filling
trying.
up.
Oh,
Fine.
you're
Let me
taking a breath.
let
We're
me
trying.
find. Yeah, I guess in the months you have that we've since we've been here, you don't realize that I've really moderated my ways, and
Oh yeah.
and I don't dig into everything right on the
Yes.
spot. Like I know
Okay.
now,
You
I've learned
pace yourself.
the art of pacing from my man Defo here. a
We're
veteran.
seeing that, yeah.
And
Okay.
But we're not interested in any of that baloney. We want to see you do this in one bite.
No.
if you
No,
can.
he can't. It's too
You
much.
can't? You sure, Lenore?
Oh God, I'm
Well,
going
there it
to
is.
get
Oh,
sick.
no, you didn't?
Oh,
I would've
God.
You did it.
videoed
Oh, my God. Lubie
Oh,
missed
no,
the
man, I would've
photography on that.
videoed it.
Oh my God, what
do
a
you- when you have to
crime!
Stuff it in your
Gee
mouth with two
whiz.
hands. Like, that tells you don't
Here, have a napkin.
do it. What is-
Gee,
Can't wait to read his next article in the Sun Sentinel.
Oh, my God.
do you eat
man.
like this in real restaurants?
No, he
Yeah,
doesn't. He's
yeah,
renowned.
everywhere.
And
He literally went last
you
night to one
actually
of our.
take somebody out to dinner and eat like
He
this?
went to one of our favorite places. It's a really nice place called the Catherine,
Yeah.
and he did not tell them he was coming. He actually just went on his own.
Oh, okay.
It's a nice place out east,
Right.
and the chef, who's a friend of all of ours, came in supposedly to work just because he saw Mayo's name.
Oh.
And was bringing out dishes, serving them to Mayo,
Right.
and explaining them to Mr. Mike
Okay,
Mayo.
yes.
And this is a renowned James Beard nominated chef.
Oh, really?
yes,
That's
this
nice.
is the person that he can be when he's not here.
And you ate like that
I
there?
got 'em. I got them all fooled.
What? I'm not even asking you how you like the way it tasted.
Can you taste when you do that?
I don't even know. I don't even
First
It's
of
like
know.
when my dog just eats the food
No.
and I just put it down.
Do you have a bowl that you can eat off the floor with?
You put a bowl and just
Oh my
I
God.
have to apologize.
Yeah?
Something happened there.
What?
It was almost Pavlovian. I have Defo, kind of whispering in my ear, like, do the big bite. He's kind of like
and you listen to him?
him and Jim Sarney. I don't know why. I listen
I
to
don't know.
him.
You remember the show? This is really old, the show, but we might be in the same bracket.
Good.
You remember the show Andy's Gang? with Andy Devine.
Oh, that's
And he
a
had the
long time.
character Froggy
Yeah.
the Gremlin that used to, and somebody would be giving a cooking lesson, and Froggy go, and the lady would say, and you take the egg and you go, and you break it over your head. And the power of suggestion, and the woman would break it over her head, and all
Oh,
chaos.
so that
would
was
break
the
loose.
that was the little thing we had
I
here.
am,
was
I am
thinking
Froggy
this.
the Gremlin.
I
the mayor,
forgot.
yeah.
You've never seen that because I only do that usually in front of Richie. And Richie one time did a big bite that we filmed
Yes.
and he posted it. And
Really?
he actually did a pretty good job, probably a better job than me.
Well, whatever. I don't know how you could taste it.
So here's the thing. This is
just-
what separates the amateurs from the pros.
Okay.
While it was going down in one big bite,
You can name all the ingredients.
the chimichurri blended with those grilled onions. And you're right.
What a
The,
bunch of crap.
the grilled onions might have needed a little more sweating, a little more caramelization. But
Sweating?
Sweating?
you never heard that term when you like
They don't sweat.
frying-
They're supposed to be grilled.
Oh,
You
grilled.
got schwitzing
Grilled.
onions?
Yeah,
They're grilled.
I'm
They're not
usually frying
sweat.
when I
They're
fry.
not sweat.
When you kind of keep
I don't
Schwitzing.
believe
making
you
What are
fun.
we
I
at the
just-
Turkish
I
house?
Why do we
Or
do
what
this?
are
I
you
like the
talking
term
about,
sweating.
man?
And I didn't even think anything of it. And then
Sweating onions.
it's a term
Well-
what I use when I have something in a frying pan and I'm sautéing it, and it's not at a high temperature; it's kind of at a medium.
Yes.
But then you turn it down to low, and you keep
So it
letting
gets
them
rid of the
sweat.
moisture.
Yeah, and then it gets more caramelized and softer. But this burger, the chimichurri sauce is the star of it. Again,
Of course.
that's gives it the flavor and
Right.
the different something that's different. The cheese is great. The pepper jack burger, once again, cooked perfect, medium rare,
Right.
and that bun is structurally sufficient to maintain the integrity of the burger, even when
Right.
you're stuffing it in your mouth
Yes.
in one fell bite.
Which you're not supposed to do.
I know.
I don't.
Do you
I don't
forgive
know.
me?
I'm not sure. I'm not
Oh,
sure.
our friend, I have to
I'm
ask
not
our friend
sure.
Andy. I find it funny enough that I'm going to ask you this. So, Lenore, if Beth, before she got married, brought home that, what would you have done?
There was a time you would respect me.
Like you bring him home to dinner, and he's meeting the family, and then he does that.
You give it the old, if you like them,
Do you even have an answer?
He wouldn't even come back to dinner.
I would never in a million years, if I was being introduced to a family and trying to impress them or win over some approval, I would never in a million years.
you would
I
never
know.
act like yourself.
like this when you eat out.
I only do it when I'm alone in the closet. And I just, no, I don't do it in the closet. I don't want anybody to get any wrong ideas. I'm not one of those sneaky eaters. I'm very proud. And
That's the shirt.
this is, it's all for the sake of my art, right, Chico?
You have certain responsibilities. Fortunately, you're very diligent about pursuing, but at the same time, I didn't know that you would be a slob.
No,
But that surprised a lot of people in the beginning, and unfortunately, it caught on. Many of the restaurateurs that we deal with love this.
he puts the
And then,
clips up on Instagram and
I'm
TikTok.
The
kids
modern
love
day,
it.
technology and social media, you have to be somewhat absurd.
Right.
And he could.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, I've been instructed to take our second break, Lenore, and after we do that, we'll talk about desserts, we'll talk about pies for the holidays. I guess if people are going to have a whole pie and bring it home and buy it
I
here,
don't make pumpkin pie.
okay, you
I
don't do
make
it.
pumpkin cheesecake.
pumpkin cheesecake. You will make them for a guest if they want a whole one. Yes. This is good to know. All right, we'll be back with more from Gilbert's after you.
From a scratch kitchen, delicious drinks and house-made spirits from a craft bar. A great vibe inside and out with a spacious patio. I'm talking about Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap, Fort Lauderdale, in the heart of the city at 525 North Federal Highway. It's open 7 days for lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch with classics like fried chicken and waffles and shrimp and grits, and creative items like pecan-crusted salmon and a fried green tomato BLT. And the drinks? Smooth sipping and so good. There's convenient free parking and a garage next door, happy hour at the bar, an entire patio, 4 to 7 Monday to Friday, and live music every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's pet and people friendly and with cozy fire pits for when the temperature dips. For reservations and more information, go to batchsouthernkitchen.com. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, and also now with a new location on Las Olas Boulevard. Those are my spots. Upscale food and a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. A sophisticated setting. I'm talking about Corvina Seafood Grill. It's at 110 Plaza Real South in Boca Raton, just south of Palmetto Park Road. It's the place to go for the freshest and local seafood and fish, some of it with a Peruvian twist like their great ceviches. It's open 7 days for dinner. They also have happy hours 7 days a week. You don't want to miss it. It's a great place. CorvinaBocaRaton.com for more information and reservations. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. All right, we're back. We're catching up, chatting about different restaurants around town. And again, thanks to Timon and Marissa last night, the Catherine Spectacular. I mean, that place, they're at the top of their game right now. And it's like everything I like in a restaurant, small, cozy, intimate,
Right.
not too loud, not a big scene. And it's all about really good food. And it's fairly priced. I mean, Lubie, you went there, you took your crew there for your birthday.
The Catherine is great because you get like an elevated feel. It's a really nice atmosphere, but they don't hammer you on the prices. They keep it reasonable. Like you could go 2 people, have a glass of wine, have some food, and be at or under $100.
Okay, that's
a nice place
nice.
nowadays. I mean,
and like
tablecloths.
No, it's
nice.
like it's like really nice. Really
wooden,
nice.
But again, the interior there is very sleek, sophisticated. Right
Nice.
off Broward Boulevard there, and like Val and I, we got a nice bottle of wine. We ordered 2 appetizers and 2 entrees, and the total was like 150, 160, including an $80 bottle of wine. Take away the wine, it would have been $100. So it's reasonable, and for like top level James Beard, the guy is so creative.
Really.
And,
Well,
so
good.
I'm. It's
nice that we have so many good restaurants. That there are so many good restaurants, because I think slowly but surely a lot of these chains are going by the wayside. They're not staying in business. People are venturing out.
I hope they. I mean, I don't wish ill will on any business.
I wasn't wishing it, but I'm just
Right.
saying there are chain restaurants that are not doing that well.
Right. And what I like to see is family, independent owned, mom and pop shops.
Here we are.
Doing good things, offering good value. And, this is a thing on the Let's Eat group that we talk about a lot, is the whole concept of value. And it's not necessarily just related to price. It's when you walk out of a place, do you feel like, oh, wow, I just had a great experience, and it was worth every penny, no matter how many pennies it was.
And you didn't get ripped off. Right.
Then when you go to a place where it's like you're feeling mediocre, where you just like have a whole bag full of mediocrity and it costs you $100, and it's like, why did
it
I?
It doesn't
just
go
do
down
that?
right. It doesn't feel good.
Have you guys ever been approached or thought of franchising out?
No.
I figured I knew the answer, but I wanted to ask anyways.
I don't know. I don't think it's ever been discussed.
Or not even franchising, or just expanding.
I'm talking about it. Have 2 or 3 locations, because what you guys do, you don't see a lot of places.
Well, then you have to have. Then where do I go?
Yeah,
I go someplace else.
You mean you can't clone yourself?
Yeah, clone myself. great.
I'd love to see
Three Lenore's would be
must
half
be
amazing.
dozen
kidding.
Lenores running
You
around.
must be kidding. This is ridiculous.
Oh, she's there. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's it.
I knew the answer, but I wanted to ask anyways.
Beth is
Yeah.
What
chiming
you guys
in from
do
the
is different than
sideline
what we've
saying
seen.
her mantra all the time is, "We're not a chain.
We
We're not a
focus
chain."
here.
And
Franchise.
I love that. I call it lonivores. You know, there's this whole movement among chefs. They call it locavores, where they
Yeah.
use nothing but like fresh local produce.
Right.
Lonivores are like restaurateurs that just want to have one shop where they're there.
Right.
And they know the customers, and they maintain quality, and you
Right.
can make a nice living.
Right.
And-
And everybody's very happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't need to venture. I don't know. It's never been really discussed. Even when my husband was here, I don't think he ever.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, but
You know, I don't know. This is good.
I think I wish this attitude was more. Well, I guess there's different things. Well, if you have a good product and you want to have more reach,
That's why I asked.
Yeah.
It's to me, it is complimentary, but I do understand it is hard to keep the quality when you expand. But we've seen people do it. Like there are people that do have 2-3 locations, and they do it. Like Sicilian Oven does a really good job, and every single place really does feel like that first time. But it is hard to do that, replicate. it.
Right.
So
Yeah. And then here, like you get to know the customers, you get to know what they like, and then where would I be? I'd be someplace else dealing with new customers. I don't want to do that again. I like being here. I'm here 16 years.
I think
Wow.
what you're saying,
You know, that's a long time.
that's amazing.
is
You know, for a little restaurant.
Yeah.
to thine
What's your
own
second restaurant?
self, to thine own self be true.
Yes.
Which
Right.
means there are some people out there who are go-getters who want to have 5 different concepts going, and then there are other people who are just satisfied and more than satisfied. I mean,
No.
you
I-
basically rewarded for just doing the one thing and doing it exceptionally well and
Yeah.
getting a reputation and seeing
Yeah.
smiling faces.
And I like the idea that people who haven't been here for a while come back and they see everybody is still here.
Right.
You know,
Yeah, consistency.
that-
You guys really have a great we
Yeah.
Continuity.
and they say, oh, or sometimes if I'm not here for a few days or I don't get in until later in the day and customers see me early in the day, she said, oh, we didn't realize you were still here. You know, meaning maybe I was doing something else. I'm here, and they look for me. They look for everybody on the
Look for
line.
Richie.
They know everybody,
Look for Corwin.
right?
look for
And the
Beth.
guys do a great job. Like I told you, the guys do a great job.
Very friendly. All right, so let's
You
go
know.
over the holidays. Guys, you guys
Okay.
are open 6 days a week. You're usually closed Sunday. That's
Yes,
family
and we're
day.
gonna be closed for Thanksgiving.
Closed
Right.
Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And then what happens? Christmas Eve, Christmas Day.
I think we're open. I
Okay.
don't know.
Okay.
As far as I can remember that far.
Okay, because I think Christmas falls on a Wednesday this year. So
Oh,
right
does it?
Smack dab in the middle of the week.
Yeah, well,
Same
see,
thing, New Year's
we-
Eve, New
there are
Year's
so
Day,
many people from out of town here
Right.
staying in the
all the
hotels.
cruise ships, and
Yeah.
they're looking for burgers.
Burgers. Well, burgers
And
or fish. I mean, they're looking
everything.
for food and they want something close to where they are. And, you know, you go to the Embassy Suites or
Yep.
down the road to the Hilton or whatever. We're right out the back door.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
God bless me with people who work in these hotels send people
Oh,
here.
nice.
I mean,
Oh, you're one of the places where like, where should I go to eat?
yeah, and
Gilbert's.
they talk to the concierge, they talk to other people, and the security guards said, no, you got to go to Gilbert's. So
That's great.
I'm lucky that way. I have to be very grateful for that, and I can't
Outstanding.
think of it as being unimportant.
So
See?
how's the baking going? The cheesecakes and pie.
Well,
looking-
I make the key lime pie here,
Right.
and I make the cheesecake here. We do have a couple of other cakes now because I can't keep up baking all this stuff. For Thanksgiving, I make a pumpkin cheesecake.
When is that
And-
released?
It's not being released.
When is that?
And I
When does that come out to the public? When do you
It
make those?
doesn't. No, I have one customer. I'm making her
Oh, that's for
one,
home. That's
and
for
I
home.
make a
Special
bourbon
request.
pecan sauce for it.
Ooh.
okay.
Because for my regular cheesecake,
Citizen
I make a
Wellington,
blueberry
these guys.
sauce.
Yep.
So I had to have a sauce. So the bourbon sauce is really good. And what else? I'm trying to think.
All right, but in
and-
your, I mean, how important is at your Thanksgiving table the
Yes.
desserts and pies? And does Beth make any of them, and then do you critique her on it?
No, I don't do that. And if
Okay.
she does make something, she makes it very well. But
Yes.
I'm not doing
I
that.
think she's fantastic.
Okay.
Neil is just a
And you know, I
What did I
love that.
do?
no nothing. Last
Remember
year,
with
it's
the
the
key lime
running joke.
pie with Mayo?
I
When he
couldn't
made fun
help
of
myself.
Oh,
he sort of he liked it, but the consistency wasn't to your to
Oh,
what
really?
you do, and
Yeah,
he
that
made
was
a
last time.
comment.
That's old news.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You don't like something I baked?
No, this was a
no,
Beth.
this is
Remember
when you
Beth
were
filled in
out
for you?
with the,
Oh,
on
when I was sick.
Yes.
Injured Reserve,
Oh.
and she
And to
was
this day,
filling
she
in.
gives him a Zets every time she.
Yeah.
Oh well, I'm sorry,
Uh,
it's not
No,
my mom's.
Yeah.
It would help if you share the recipes, but that's.
The recipe is a very simple recipe. It's no big deal. You just have to pay
Actually,
attention.
She made the key lime pie in your absence, but you did not give up the cheesecake recipe. I think that's what
A
happened.
cheesecake would have been. You make it in a spring pan and a water bath. It's too much going
much.
on.
Too much.
So, and it was all right. She
that's
tried
all
to
good.
make the key lime pie. It was okay. It was edible. You know, it was.
It's
She just didn't.
I enjoyed it. I mean, my palate must suck.
And
No,
you
you're
know-
easily impressed.
I guess that's probably very true.
and you got the full display of all the baked goods, cookies,
Yeah,
and
well, the cookies we
brownies, and the
bake-
Rice Krispie
Yeah,
Yeah,
treats.
right.
Right.
Classic.
So she does a lot of that. That's you know,
It's all good.
and everybody works out and does this good stuff. And
Yeah.
then the chef always comes up with something new.
Yep.
So it's like a good
Anything
thing.
on tap for the winter season? I guess you're constantly innovating.
I'll make apple cobblers
Yeah. Oh,
for the
nice.
winter when it gets, and maybe I'll start making quiche again for lunch. I
Oh, that's
haven't
a
made
nice
that.
addition.
I haven't. Yeah, I make a pretty good quiche. So
That's something I feel like quiche is going to be making a comeback soon. Everything comes in cycles. I don't know if it
Okay.
ever went away.
People
but
like quiche. It's light.
I don't
It's like
see
a
it.
breakfast, lunch kind of a thing.
yeah, right.
It's all good.
Okay.
All right, let's take our third and final break, and
Okay.
then we'll come back and wrap up this edition of the Lunchbox
Perfect.
from Gilbert's with Lenore, the one and
Yeah.
only.
Yeah,
When there's only one of her,
this is
if there
true.
was more than one, then we would maybe have more Gilberts.
Okay, what do we
But,
got
Mel,
now?
she's bringing the
Oh,
dessert.
desserts.
We're
Oh.
gonna clear the decks and
Okay.
have
Dessert.
a sugar rush after these words on the Lunchbox. Freshest fish, Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market, located at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, open 7 days. Since 1951, a South Florida tradition for stone crab in season, Thanksgiving turkeys, holiday feasts, and everyday eating. Great steaks, house-made sausage, and prepared foods, too. Delaware is not just a market, it's a celebration of taste, quality, and old-fashioned customer service with a smile. Sign up for their weekly email flyer at DelawareChicken.com and tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a great bagel with lox, matzo ball soup, deli sandwich, and rugelach, you know where I go? Grandpa's Restaurant in Dania Beach. It's a South Florida institution since 1957 that was revamped a few years back by a pair of New York bagel baking legends. Full deli and appetizing case with spreads, salads, and platters for takeout and catering. Grandpa's is near Federal Highway just north of Sterling Road, open 7 days for breakfast and lunch. Go eat and enjoy. It's Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved. For the finest and authentic Greek cuisine, Taverna Kima is the place to go. 6298 North Federal Highway in Boca Raton. It's been around for nearly 2 decades. Every day is a feast with grilled lamb and fish, house-made spinach pie and moussaka, gyros, traditional dips, mezes, with soft, warm pita. It's open 7 days for lunch and dinner with happy hour daily from 3 to 6 p.m., indoor, outdoor, private dining, and they are now featuring a monthly lamb roast brunch on the first Sunday of every month. So celebrate life at Taverna Kima. For reservations and information, go to tavernakima.com. A little further inland, Luke's Seafood and Grill. That's Luke's with a C, 5511 South University Drive in Davie. Luke and Roxy, they're a great couple with great food. It's a mom and pop shop bringing the freshest fish and seafood to Western Broward. Some of the best jambalaya and fish cakes around. And Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? You can find his famous Scoobies, those sauteed crab claws, right there on the specials board most days. Oh, so good. So take a trip. A sophisticated setting. I'm talking about Corvina Seafood Grill. It's at 110 Plaza Real South in Boca Raton, just south of Palmetto Park Road. It's the place to go for the freshest and local seafood and fish, some of it with a Peruvian twist like their great ceviches. It's open 7 days for dinner. They also have happy hours 7 days a week. You don't want to miss it. It's a great place. CorvinaBocaRaton.com for more information and reservations. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. We're back. It's a Thursday. We're 1 week out from Thanksgiving,
Yes,
and I'm
sir.
already very grateful, not just for the unbelievable array of burgers and sandwiches and fish that we just had, but now for the diabetic coma that awaits with
Okay.
all these cookies
Yes.
and cakes
And key lime pie and cheesecake,
pies.
but no pumpkin cheesecake yet.
What do we got in front of us here, Lenore?
Okay, we got oatmeal raisin cookie and the Death by Chocolate
Oh.
cookie. It's a chocolate cookie.
Wait, before we go ahead,
What?
I like to give a little quiz to Defo. Which one of these are you? Chocolate or oatmeal raisin?
I like them both. You know,
Okay.
my first instinct was to grab a piece of that oatmeal, but the chocolate
You could-
also is always calling my name. Of course, the key lime pie, exceptional here. And this
Yeah.
Beth, I mean, I don't know
Beth
if she should be brought up
Lenore.
on charges, but she's out to kill me here. I mean,
I'm not
this looks
killing.
great. It's
Beth is
fantastic.
off in the sidelines here. Everything here looks spectacular. And then, of course, this is the famous cheesecake
Yeah,
that's set
and-
in the cold
and
well, the-
blueberry sauce.
pan with the
Good.
Oh, wow.
house-made
Yeah.
blueberry sauce. Should I pour some of the sauce on top, or do you like to dunk your sauce?
No, you go ahead. You dig in on that.
Oh, you're not going to do any cheese? I'm going to pour a little bit
Good.
on top.
Go ahead. It's all right. It'll
Hold
come
on.
out.
Look at that, like that. And
There
then
you go.
we kind of spread it around.
Okay.
Makes it Instagrammable for the kids.
There you
Now
go.
it's dripping, and now I'm going to go in, and I like the edges. I like the fact that it has some firmness and texture. She's looking at me like I
What
got
is
four
this?
heads.
Place. You just
She's
eat
like,
the thing.
Why am I going to listen to a guy who just stuffed a whole quarter burger in his
In
mouth?
his mouth, right?
Oh, Lord. Nice.
Not bad.
Oh, wow.
It's good.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Okay.
This is the cheesecake of my dreams.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a nightmare.
No,
No.
Okay.
it's delicious.
Take.
You sure?
I cut the oatmeal raisin cookie. Take a piece of it. Take a corner.
Oh, I'm going to get involved.
Eat, Jeff,
yeah,
eat.
definitely. Well, I like watching Mayo devour these desserts.
You know, I usually don't eat
yeah.
oatmeal raisin, but sometimes I go against type, and I just like trying a little different flavor profile. I think
right.
it's a little bit more with the fall.
this one on the end
spices and
really looks
flavors.
pretty amazing too.
What,
There,
this?
Red velvet and macadamia.
Red
right?
velvet.
There's
Yeah.
a red velvet and macadamia nut cookie.
Very nice.
Okay.
That's a good oatmeal raisin cookie.
Isn't that good?
Yeah, they're all good.
Sometimes I
Everything
make
here
them
is-
small. I make little ones, but
the
sometimes I make
kind
the
I
big
need.
ones, and sometimes
Very
I like them when they're served a little warm.
Mhm.
Um,
And this is like
that's
a peanut butter
that's
cookie?
a peanut butter cookie with crushed. What's the stuff I put inside of it, Beth? The Reese's crushed chocolate in the middle of it. That's good. I don't know. It works out. Red,
Red
velvet.
velvet.
This is macadamia. I like this cookie a lot because it's not
Okay.
a hard cookie.
what does it have in it? Like marshmallow or white chocolate?
White icing.
Okay.
I think it has white icing. Take a
I'm
corner.
gonna try. Yeah,
Take a
I'm gonna try
corner.
one of those. That's it.
It's a soft cookie. It's nice.
Macadamia is supposedly good for you. It's got protein.
I just like that, and I'm all for both sides of it.
Right.
Watching what he eats and egging him on. But it
Yes.
is funny within the same show how we do that, where we're mocking him for his weight.
Right.
And then we're like, "Oh, try this
shoving
one.
food in his
Try
face.
this one. Oh, that one over there, the other side of the restaurant. Try
That's
that
a good
Mayo.
cookie.
That's a great cookie.
That's a great cookie. I know
That's
it is.
something I wouldn't ordinarily order, and
Think.
that's a great cookie. And to your point, Lubie, we're a nation of hypocrites.
I'm not
I
even
mean,
judging. I actually just find it
I'm
funny. We
guilty.
do it all the time.
Every day, I say, "Oh, another Italian restaurant." I'm so sick of Italian restaurants, and then I go out and, I
And you
eat
eat Italian.
5 days a week because I'm a
Do
hypocrite.
you really?
And at
Oh.
least I have self-awareness. I know
All
what
right.
I am, and I know what you guys are, which is just masters of baking desserts.
You know,
along with all the
I like
burgers.
doing this. This is easy.
It shows.
And the only problem is that we only have the one oven here. So
Right.
I have
Oh,
to
wow.
bake around them
Mm.
and they get first dibs. So I have to sneak stuff in when they're not looking.
Okay.
In and out
Is
fast.
that really what you do?
That's what I
funny.
do.
You're
Sometimes
like
I do.
stealth.
And then Gene looks at me and says, I need the oven. I need the oven.
Well, I've noticed that you gave me the proper utensils, multiple forks here. So
Yes.
I'm going to go in on the
Key
key lime pie
Go
with
ahead.
the whipped cream, which
Okay.
is my
So
favorite.
take it and
I
swap it
don't
over.
like meringue on my key lime
It's
pie.
not meringue.
No,
It's
I
whipped
know.
cream.
Oh,
It's easy.
okay.
I'm just stating that in the world
Okay.
of key lime pie, there's
Yes.
team whipped cream and team meringue.
Okay.
I've seen now at this new Daniel's restaurant, which is getting a lot of, let's say, a lot of
Play.
comments on the Let's Eat group, 6 weeks old. They do a key lime pie similar to Burton's that's all kind of encapsulated, and it's kind of like a mini full pie that a table can share. But Daniel's has the meringue on it. Burton's, where we did a show last week, a new place on University,
Yeah.
does it with whipped cream. I love whipped cream on my key lime
Okay.
pie. I think it's essential.
Taste the key lime though. The key lime pie.
the
Yeah,
by itself. Okay.
because it's a really good consistency. It's
Mm.
it's
Yeah.
good, isn't it good?
So now I can see what you're saying because it's like thicker, I guess. Like he
Yes.
likes it when it's a little bit more dense.
It's the perfect consistency.
Right.
It's in
It
between.
shouldn't be sloppy.
It's in between a mousse, which is kind of loose,
Yeah.
and then the cheesecake, which is
It's
firmer.
more dense.
This is in between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
You can see
perfect.
it. Yeah. Because
I
I don't
mean-
mind when it's loose, and he's like, yeah, it's good, but
No,
it's not supposed to be
it's
like
not
that.
supposed to be loose. It's supposed
This
to be
is
cooked
delicious
through.
and perfectly
Want a fork?
balanced
I'm
No.
okay.
between sweet
I
and
enjoy
tart.
watching you guys enjoy.
Okay.
And that's it. I've had my sugar consumption for the day.
Okay. This is good.
Delicious. You did it again, Lenore.
Red velvet.
Nice job, Lenore.
Yes.
It feels like we never
Bye.
left.
I don't know what she said.
She's saying
Thank you,
goodbye
Beth.
to her
She's
mother.
saying goodbye.
Beth
She
is
loves
busy.
you.
She's got a
Good
meeting.
job.
Thank you, Beth.
Oh, she has an
Drive
appointment.
safely.
She leaving?
And
It looks like she's leaving. Yes.
it's great to see the entire Gilbert family. If I was the Miami Dolphins, I would draft the entire
Oh,
Gilbert
yeah, for
family.
sure.
These
Like,
guys are great.
again,
Draft.
A couple of new
family.
things, though. I noticed this on the way down. I hadn't seen this before. I don't know if you'd seen it up by where the fishing fleet is,
Hmm?
off Fort Lauderdale Beach. A
Bahia
whole
Mar?
new thing of new restaurants.
Yes.
Oh, really?
It's called Bahia
individual
Mar
places.
Village.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
We learned
How
about
far
that.
up
Some
the
nice
street?
places,
Yeah.
You know where the
Right
Bahia
around the
Mar
bend, yeah.
Hotel is,
Yeah,
and all
sure.
the big mega yachts used to be
Right, over there.
I guess docked over there. Well, the Nallhart Group, which is the same people that opened up the new Federal, it's a kind of sports bar restaurant at the Iceplex where the Panthers now train
Oh,
right
okay,
next to
right.
Holiday Park.
Oh,
Put some nice
The
places in
The
there.
Nallhart Group opened the Federal this past year. They also operate a place called the Whole Enchilada and the Wilder, which is like one
Yeah.
of these trendy
Yeah,
bars.
we like the water.
But they opened up. It's basically a floating barge food hall
really?
that has all kinds of different concepts.
Oh,
and
nice.
I think
I'm telling-
They look pretty
I haven't
cool.
been over
I
there
love
yet.
it over here.
Yeah.
I love being over here
Out
on the
east.
east side.
Yeah.
There's
Yep.
so many people that come here, traveling in and out. I mean, and there's so many options. And I think the more options you have, the more people you get.
That's it.
See, because it's a
The-
destination.
that's
It's
it.
just
The
people
rising
show
boats
up.
theory. More
So,
restaurants.
people say to me, well,
more
why are
action.
you here? I said, well, this is why
Look
I'm
what's
here.
there.
And they're building a hotel over here next to the
Nice.
convention center. It's like, I don't know how many stories this is. I think it's like 240 rooms.
Wow.
And they're building a second
Yeah.
tower after it.
Yeah, the
Because
Convention Center Hotel. It's been
yeah.
on the planning board for
a
almost
long
30
time.
years.
Oh,
I think.
really?
Oh, yeah. When I was a news columnist,
Oh,
I
because
was
the
writing all
the
about it.
guys in charge of building their construction, they eat here all the time.
Oh, good.
And
Well,
now
you
they
like-
just told me they're going to be building the second tower.
It's like, that's it.
I
Keep
mean,
building and keep bringing
yeah.
more construction
I know. I like
workers
it.
in to eat.
Yes.
That's it. I can't
Okay.
believe I ate as much as I did. Every
Really?
show
We
I
were
say
watching
I'm-
you do it too.
I
Shout
wanna-
out goes also to the people. I was there yesterday. I had a little meeting up in Boca, Talia's Tuscan Table. They do a great job. They really do. I couldn't believe this guy. He serves an eggplant parmesan with a pile of rigatoni. I think the thing was like $15. It was outstanding. And then
That's in Boca.
the wife last night, the Mustang, went to. I haven't been to this place in a long, long time. Las Vegas Cuban restaurant on Oakland Park.
Oh, the one on Oakland Park. How's
said
that one
said
doing?
it was great. Said it was
Okay.
absolutely great.
I don't
Nice.
have as favorable an impression. I picked up some to-go food from a Las Vegas on Sterling Road in my former neighborhood.
They've
And
gone
we'll just,
downhill. No,
we'll just leave it at that. We'll just
Really?
leave it at that. I'm
Nobody
glad-
satisfies Mayo with a
Oh,
Well,
okay.
look,
Yeah.
I've had
Well-
whatever. I can be an I'm an
Outstanding,
honest guy.
outstanding review from the family last night.
Okay, because I picked
Okay.
up a couple things there, including a Cuban sandwich that was just what's the technical term?
I don't know. Where you-
Garbage. It was garbage. I'm sorry. No, it's look.
I
Well,
would have to
they're
disagree
not gonna
1,000%.
have you come there and sponsor.
Mustang,
All right, whatever.
no, I'm not-
Mustang
I'm-
brought home a
Yeah.
Cuban sandwich
They're
from
not
the
calling
place.
you.
No, they're not calling me, Lenore. Here's the thing about
No,
the
no,
lunchbox.
the thing was fine. I mean,
No,
I had a
did you
Cuban
have a
sandwich.
Cuban sandwich?
I did.
From the Oakland Park one. Then maybe I'll have to
leftovers,
try
yeah,
the
it
Oakland
was
Park
fine.
sandwich because the
Couldn't have
one
been
I
any better.
had a couple of weeks ago
Yeah.
couldn't have been any
Okay.
worse. But the point being,
Yes.
it takes a special place to be Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved,
Okay.
and then hopefully people come in here, they find their way, we have a
Oh, yeah.
good old time.
Oh, a lot of people tell me after we do this thing
yeah,
that
you're
know,
a star.
people. Well, I don't know if I'm a star, but people say, "Oh yeah, we heard you. We still,
You're
we
an
saw you. It's
You're an
okay."
internet star. People
I
love
know.
you, and
They
they
do.
love when
Yeah.
they see you giving me the business. Because
Well, you're an easy mark.
That's just, and getting easier to spot too from a long distance
Yes.
away.
I can see you coming.
Happy
It's okay.
Thanksgiving to you and yours.
Thank you very much. Same to
We'll
everybody
see
Thank you so
here.
much.
everybody
Lenore.
tomorrow
Thank you.
up
All right.
at Gulfstream 10 Palms, our usual Friday fun spot. And of course, Saturday at Gulfstream at 10 Palms, they're having their first Taste of the Track Italian edition, the martinis, paninis, and linguini. That's going to be
nice.
fun.
Oh,
There's
that's
still
fun.
some tickets left at gulfstreampark.com. Just click on the tab, and hopefully see you out there Saturday.
All right.
And
We'll be
that's
back
gonna
next
do
month.
It. Yeah, next month.
Yeah.
Looking
Yes,
forward
ma'am.
to it.
Yeah, just
So the
before the holidays.
Christmas, pre-Hanukkah, pre-New Year's edition.
Yes.
Hanukkah
definitely.
falls the same day as Christmas Eve.
Does it really?
Starts, yeah, because
Yes.
it's a leap year in the Jewish calendar.
Yeah, I know.
And so it actually
Got moved.
coincides, overlaps.
Okay.
Christmas, Hanukkah, all rolled into this one,
Perfect.
all into one this year.
All right.
Enjoy every sandwich, everybody.